guys, hi, how's it going? How y'all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my next makeup rehab for the month of October, and this one's kind of light, but also not, considering in September a lot of the stuff that came into my collection was gifts, and I did do a birthday haul that I will put up in the cards for you guys so that you guys can go peruse that if you want to, because I'm not going to be discussing any of those items in today's video. I kind of am taking the stance in this makeup rehab go forward that I am just going to be sharing with you the things that I emptied and I myself purchased. So no gratis, no gifts, no other things will be talked about in these videos go forward, because this truly is about what I myself am bringing into this collection. Anything that I want to share with you from a haul perspective otherwise, so like my birthday haul or whatnot, I will do in a separate video. That said, I hope that you're interested in hearing about all the things that I myself emptied and I myself purchased in the month of September. And if you are, please keep on watching. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I am a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. This that you're watching right now, this is my self-care. I'm out here because I enjoy talking about makeup. It brings solace to my soul. It brings me joy. And I hope it also brings you joy and you want to stick around. And if you do, please subscribe before you go. I would love to have you along for my crazy YouTube ride here and welcome you into my YouTube fam. And with that said, let's just roll into this makeup rehab, because I have some things I'm super excited about. For those of you who are unaware, which I don't think is many of you at this point, but Makeup Rehab is a game pretty much that I play with myself that was inspired by Steph from It's Just Stuff here on YouTube, in which I give myself a set of points at the beginning of the year and I try to maintain those points and all things empties and purchases throughout my makeup inventory throughout the year. At the beginning of the year, I gave myself 10 points. This is half of what I gave myself the year before, and that was half of what I gave myself the year before that. So like we're seeing this dwindle down and down and down more and more every single year. I have been down in negative points since starting this year, but I only gave myself 10 points. So I give myself a little bit of leeway. I did give myself 5 extra points in September because I spend money on myself for my birthday. That is just the way it goes. And gifts and stuff like that don't count. Gratis doesn't count, which is why I think that this just needs to transition into a place where I'm just going over the things that I myself have purchased. So I'll stick the rules up here so that you guys can peruse them. It's a whole plethora of them, to be honest, and they're all kind of convoluted, and it's just my own rules for my own game, and that is how it is. Everybody does this a little bit differently. For those of us that do it, these are just my rules. So I typically start with telling you where I'm at. This month, rolling in to October, I came in with 1 point. That 1 point was because I gave myself 5 extra points last month because, again, I like to spend money on myself for my birthday and buy beautiful things. I also did bring in like 4 different things that were gifts to me. I brought in the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 6 Freedom Palette. Stunner. I brought in the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette, or Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzer, and a Misha Contour stick. Those were all gifts to me from my kids, my mom, gift cards that I had received, and I still have a gift card to use that I received for my birthday. I just haven't used it yet. For Sephora. Nobody gets me a gift card for Ulta Beauty anymore because I work there, but I would still enjoy a gift card to Ulta Beauty, I'm just saying. That said, I did purchase some items. So rolling into September, I had negative 2 points. I gave myself 5 extra points and I emptied 5 things. So that's plus 8 or plus 10 to that negative 2. And I did purchase 7 items in September. So I ended the month of September with 1 point, and that is what we are rolling into the month of October with. And for the month of October, I have some empties. Not a lot of empties, and a couple of them you have seen already. And the other 2, I just realized that I had been using for about 7 months, and I don't love using that product for 7 months. But the two that you guys have already seen are these two guys here. These I did empty through Project Pan. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight. This is the highlighting beauty wand with the little puff ball on the end of it. Really beautiful. Can't get anything out of it anymore because it's so dried up, but that is what I am able to get kind of just off of this puff here, but it is super, super dry. I really do like this. Of all, I think, the liquid highlights that are in my collection, I do think that this one is my favorite, which is saying a lot because I don't 100% love Charlotte Tilbury as a brand. You all know this. It's not my favorite brand on the planet. In my own opinion, it's very overpriced for just kind of okay items, and I really can't stand her eyeshadows, to be honest. But this is actually a really great product. There are a handful of items that I like from her. This Spotlight one is one, the contour one is one, and I really like the contour cream as well, or her cream bronzer. I guess her Sunkissed cream bronzer is one of my favorite bronzers as well. This just goes on to the face and doesn't like attach itself to any kind of texture that you might have, fine lines and wrinkles. It doesn't like exacerbate any kind of anything that you have going on in your face. It looks very natural, but it's also very, very brilliant and shiny and impactful, right? So really, really love this. This guy was a completely different story. This is the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand by Charlotte Tilbury as well. This is a kind of a pinky, peachy blush. So it says. I mean, right there, it does look like a blush when you look at it like that. But then you turn at all and the sun catches it and it is just this bright, brilliant pink highlight. And I just feel like I did not love this on my own skin. I like a glowy blush, which is something I haven't always liked. I do like a glowy blush. I feel like this is just too glowy in my humble opinion. I feel the same way about the Rare Beauty glowy blushes that just came out. Like, you really have to delicately wear it, and you really have to be intentional about how you are placing it on your face, because it could just look crazy. It just could look crazy. I really loved using this with like my Lunar Beauty Moon, I can't remember. Is it the Moonspell Blush palette that has all the different peachy tones? It's not Moonspell. I can't remember what the blush palette is, but it is the Lunar Beauty blush palette that has all the peachy tones in it. I did really love wearing this as like a topper to those blushes, and or even putting it down first and then putting those blushes over the top of it to make it a little more mattified. I did love using this in that way, and this is how I got the most use out of it. But honestly, you guys, I just have to say, I am not a huge fan of these like puffball applicators for your cheek products. I think that they are messy. These ones specifically get really messy. What I do like about the Charlotte Tilbury ones that I don't know is accurate for the other ones is these ones lock, so you can turn them and lock them so that they don't leak everywhere, but they're still just so messy. These are just minis. I got them in a holiday set last year that I purchased from Sephora in the Sephora sale that is upcoming, and I will do a video on my $1,000 fantasy Sephora cart soon. I just don't love the applicator process of these, and I'm really happy to have them out of my collection, even though they are minis, because I have full sizes of these. So there's that. Really super happy to have these two items out of my collection. And then the other two items that I have are the mascaras that I've been using for the last 7 months. They were starting to drive my eyeballs bonkers. They were starting to flake and be a little bit drier. And I just by chance looked at my spreadsheet to see how long I had had these in use. And I have been using these forever. Like, they have been open in my collection. I wasn't using them the whole 7 months in and of themselves, but for the last 4 months, I have been using them in and of themselves since June, and they need to go because I only typically will use mascaras for like 3 months, and they've been open and in use for 7. So I have the ABH Lash Brag mascara, and I really do like this mascara. This mascara seemed to, I mean, you can see it's super goopy and gross. This mascara has that like hourglassy wand, much like the Too Faced Better Than Sex does. I didn't find that it was flaking on me until it started to get really dry, whereas I do not like Better Than Sex because I do feel like it flakes on me from the minute I open it up. You can tell it's drying up because it's hard to close, it's hard to open, it's kind of got that like sticky edge to it, but it's a decent mascara. I would repurchase it. I feel like it gave my lashes some really great volume. I'm not 100% sure it was giving them a lot of length, but I think that in conjunction with a lengthening mascara would be beautiful. And I do like usually use 2 or 3 mascaras at a time. I like to layer them and get what I want out of my lashes. Currently right now I am using the Bad Gal Bang and the MAC dry shampoo, lash dry shampoo on my lashes, and the Hourglass Unlocked, which is amazing. Hourglass Unlocked has been open for quite some time and probably needs to go too, but I always have 2 or 3 open at a time. These were just the 2 of the most recent that were open. This one is the Clinique High Impact Mascara, and you know, I didn't think that I liked this when I first started using it. I felt like it just kind of was a kind of mascara. It's definitely a mascara that I would never use on its own. It's definitely a mascara that I would need to, you know, layer with other mascaras. This is what the wand looks like. It's just like a regular. I've been watching Morgan Turner too much. It's just like a regular old wand. It's just like a regular old like spoolie wand. I just don't feel like it does a whole lot to make my lashes amazing, but it also doesn't not do anything to make my lashes amazing. So this is now in a place where it is also dried up, and even if it wasn't, I mean, it's kind of got this like goopiness at the end of it. Even if it wasn't, it's been open for far too long. You really should change your mascaras every 6 months at most. I've had those open and in use for 7. So we had 1 point rolling into this month, and those are the 4 empties that I have. Not a fantastic month for empties, to be honest, but I know I've got a couple more in my project pan that are emptying in next month's project pan update. So there's that for you guys if you wanted a spoiler. I'm not going to show you what the items are, but I don't know that I'll have much more empty throughout the remainder of the year because, I mean, we're at a point where I've been like project panning for so long and also working at, you know, Ulta for so long and also purchasing for so long that a lot of the stuff in my collection these days are, you know, fairly full. I could see maybe like 1 more foundation, maybe a concealer and a lip liner or 2 going out of my collection, but other than that, but I'm pretty certain we have hit the 50 makeup empties that I wanted to hit this year. I do think, and I know, man, there are some people out there that have 100 or more makeup empties, which I just can't fathom that ever happening. Can't fathom it. Like, I wear makeup often, like 20-ish days per month. I don't wear makeup 2 or 3 times a day. I don't like redo my makeup often. I mean, even when I film, I'm looking very orange, but even when I film, I might change my shirt, but I'm not changing my makeup out. And this eye look, like, I'm rambling right now, but I love this eye look, and where it comes from might shock you, but it is from the Morphe Mickey Mouse palette that is in my palette roulette right now, my palette reviews video series right now. This is the red, obviously not red, but then I have the red shimmer and the white shimmer, obviously not white. But I love this eye look. It's probably my favorite eye look that I've gotten from the series of palettes that I have with me right now, and it's from Morphe, of all places. I really don't know why I went on that tangent. Is it because I look orange? I don't know why I look orange. Maybe it's because of this shiny shirt. Look, this is my Hello Kitty shirt. Can you guys see it? It's so shiny. Okay, let's not be on a tangent anymore. So for October update, we have 4 empties. So when I add those 4 points to the 1, I have 5 points. I purchased 6 things. So we are going to end the month at -1, but I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. So I'll tell you what the worst part is. I have exceeded the amount of blushes that I wanted to purchase for myself this year because I just love blush. I just cannot help myself. And I'll walk through those numbers with you for a second. So to start, I went to one of my stores who has an amazing Chanel beauty advisor, and she talks me into something almost every single time I'm there, and I purchased a couple of things. These 2 are the Chanel Stylo Ombre et Contour. I don't even know how you say that, so don't listen to me. That is slaughtering the language, I'm sure of it. These are eyeshadow sticks, basically, and I have an affinity for eyeshadow sticks, so I wanted to get these. These are from the summer collection, and there just happened to be these still in the store, so I was like, give them to me, I want to buy them. I have the Nuage blue and the Dream Leaf, so I have blue and green, and green is my favorite color, and this blue is just an incredibly beautiful shade of turquoise. It's kind of got this like steely, like pastel nature to it. It's just so pretty. Did I need them? Probably not really, but I mean, look at how beautiful those are. The green one does have a little bit of like shimmeriness to it. I think the blue one does too. It's just not as in your face or dramatic or impactful or however you want to say it, right? But I did pick up those, and I also picked up the Chanel Le Terreau de Chanel. Yep, I don't know. This is a powder blush in lavender. Do you remember me having a conversation with myself, with you people here on camera, telling you that I do not need to pick up purple blush? Like, I look horrible in purple blush, but look at the presentation of like Chanel products just kills me. Also, the brush, the blush brush for this, not that I will ever use this, but it comes in its own little sleeve. How cute is that? Yeah, I don't need lavender purple blushes. But this is just so pretty, and I really think that when I swatched it, my first inclination was not, this is going to make a great blush. My first inclination was that this is going to be a beautiful highlight. So that is what I am putting it into my collection as, because I can't see me ever wearing this as a blush. And you guys, look at the imprint on there. It's like cards, right? Because they're called, it's a tarot card kind of thought process. And I do believe this is from the fall launch, and it's just pretty. So I'm going to be putting it into my collection as a highlight. Not that I need another highlight either, but I won't wear this as a blush either, which is giving me the reasons why I'm putting it in my collection as a highlight. Now, I did purchase some blushes. I purchased 3. And this is where I'm saying that like I have exceeded my blush total that I wanted to bring in for the year. I just can't help myself. I love blushes so much. So I got these Fenty Beauty Fenty Cheeks suede powder blushes, and I did get them in these 3 shades. Notice the purple in there. Why am I so drawn to purple blushes? I think that that is what I need to know, because I think I look dead in purple blush, honestly, but I can't steer myself clear of it. So this one is in the shade Summertime Wine, and I have to be honest with you, when I swatched all 3 of these on my hand, like, that is what made me fall in love with them, because all three of them together are beautiful together. But this is that one. It is the deeper of them, has a little bit of a berryness to it. I do like a berry blush, and I feel like I can pull off a berry blush quite easily. My skin tone is kind of this like light medium, like olive tone, and berry actually looks quite good on me, whereas lavender does not. But here we are. This is in the shade Drama Class, and it is a purple. I'll swatch these. That is the purple. Like, what was I thinking? I'll show you what I was thinking, because they are beautiful. And it's not really as purple as it shows up in that. I promise it's not really as purple as it shows up in that. And also the packaging, I mean, it's kind of cool, right? Yeah. I also got Lollipoppy, which is kind of like an in-your-face coral shade. And it looks like this. So let me swatch these, because I do think that you'll see why I was enamored with them all, because they're all just so pretty. Look at those. Look at how pretty they are. They are so pretty. Do I need a purple blush? Probably not. But you know what? I will wear it. I will figure out a way to wear it. It is so pretty. And now my grabby fingers have been in those, but they will go into my collection in the place where I put all the new things. And you guys know that they'll likely end up in my Shop My Stash for next month, because I always bring in new stuff into my Shop My Stash. Let me swatch the Chanel one for you guys as well, even though I don't want to touch it, but I'm gonna use it because it was expensive. You have to use the things that you're paying money for. You just have to. And this is why I say that this will be a highlight for me, because that is it. Like, I think that that could honestly also be like an under eye setting powder. I bet you I will look dead with it on me, but I like it. Molly tried to talk me out of it because she thought I would look better in the like burnt orange one. And I was like, yeah, probably. I'm going to get this one though. That's it. That's all I bought. So just those 6 items. Yes, I know that is still a lot. So we started with 1 point. We emptied 4 items, which gave us 5 points, and I purchased 6. So we are ending the month of October with -1 points. We know that the Sephora sale is coming. We know that Black Friday is coming. And we also know that I still have a gift card for Sephora. So you can use gift cards, right, at the Sephora sale. You just can't use the Rouge rewards, because that's kind of like a coupon more than it is like a gift card, right? I think so. So I will likely purchase some things from Sephora. I'm not going to go big or go home. I will likely purchase more things throughout the end of the year, but I will also maybe empty some things throughout the rest of the year. Like I said, I don't think that there's going to be a lot that gets emptied throughout the remainder of the year, but I do think that there are some things that if I really hammer down and focus in on, I can empty some stuff. And I do have 2 things in my project pan right now that are empty. So I know that those are 2 points that are coming in next month for sure. With the 3 blushes that I brought in this time, I have purchased 16 blushes this year, but I have decluttered 18. So I technically decluttered or used 18. So I can technically bring in 2 more blushes before I've exceeded that. For the highlights, I have purchased 5, including this one. But I have also decluttered or used up 18. So there's literally 13 more highlights that I can bring into my collection. I am doing really super good with lip glosses, because lip glosses is usually a pain point for me, but this year I've only purchased 2 and I have used or decluttered 15. So I can still purchase up to 13 or bring 13 more into my collection. prior to exceeding that, but I don't have those points anymore, right? I do know what's in my Project Pan empties. There's another blush, so that blush number will go up again, which I'm so excited about because I need it to. And I can see myself getting through a few more lip glosses this year. I've really tried hard not to buy lip glosses or oils because those are things that are a pain point for me. They are things that I have purchased ad nauseum in the last several years, and I just don't need anymore. I think I have like 100 lip glosses in my collection. I do not need them. You can't possibly go through them all before they go bad. And I have decluttered some that have gone bad. So I really just want to get the use out of my products. So I'm trying to be a mindful spender. This doesn't prove that, but I am trying to be a mindful spender. So with that said, that was it. That's all I got for you. That was my Makeup Rehab update for the month of October, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So just to recap, we started with 1 point. I emptied 4 items, giving me 5 points, and I purchased 6, bringing me back down to -1 points, rolling into November, Black Friday, Sephora sale, all the things. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. That's all I got to say about it. So let me know what you think about the purchases that I made, and let me know what you think about this series thus far. Let me know what purchases you're making. I just appreciate all of you all for being here. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that you are all safe, healthy, and getting along as best that you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, being kind humans, and living your best life. And until next time, bye friends.